Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, what I want to talk about is fixing up a Bugout bag for older people. Now, first, let's clarify what older people means. First, we're going to start elderly. This is not for the elderly. I base a lot of my advice, I guess you might say, is based on experience. I haven't been around in the way of my family members being elderly. They've all died when they got elderly. So, and I'm 69, and I don't think you really go by elderly by numbers. And like I say, they were all sickly, and I'm older than all of them, So, so I think is what it is. We're talking about the fitness of the people, and the age got something to do with it. But like I say, if they're older and they need to bug out and they're not elderly, like I say elderly, that opens up a whole nother box of worms, I guess you might call it. But for older people such as me, that would be a different story. And this is what I want to talk about, is how you're going to get these older people. Think about older people about like your mother and father, and it's time to bug out. I can't really relate to that. Mine died when I was really young, so I don't really know about that. But I know that there's the age and the health, and this has something to do with it. But if they're not healthy enough, they're not going to make the trip. So this would be a good example about how to make it work. First, they need a bag. And here is the bag. I'm just showing you, this is how big it is. The thing is, it's not going to be full. That's the trick. It's not full. And also, everything is going to be in the bag. It's not going to be hanging on the outside. When older people are, if we got to walk, if we're going to have a problem and we're going to have to walk, maybe we can get a ride to start with, but somewhere down the line we may have to walk. And you don't want stuff hanging on the outside. It's stuff that's going to get caught on things and stuff like that. You just don't want it. It's going to be on the inside. And so when you're walking, you've got to be able to take care of yourself when you're older, and that's where the cane is going to be involved. And the reason I even mentioned that, I'm going to be taking the cane if I am, like I say, having to bug out. And the reason is it's less threatening. An older person with a cane, we have our values. And the cane can be used to, keep dogs away, poking at the dogs, keep the dogs away, or I say you can use it to, do some knocking if you got to do some knocking. But I say, as older people, that's not really our job. Now for me, I'm a little bit different, but I mean, in general, normally by the time they get to my age, I'm more interested in their life experiences. I need someone to knock ideas off of. If I was, younger and we're trying to get from point A to point B, I'm going to need the experience of the older people. That's why you do need the older people. But once these older people become a liability, oh, now we're talking reality again. You're right back to these are all hard choices we've got to make in the reality. So like I say, they need the cane, because there's a time, if I'm with your group and I'm older and I walk with a cane and I go up to these people and want to work out a deal, I can work out a deal with them. Now, if some young stud go up there with his fancy rifle, it's going to be a little different, So there is a need for the older people, but this is what I'm talking about, what they're going to be needing, and okay, so that was okay. Now this and I say most older people aren't like me. So like I say, they're going to have their bag sitting over there, and you're going to need more than the bag. If something bad is happening, they're going to have to, they're going to need a pair of jeans with a belt. Like I say, you don't see a lot of, now where I'm from, everybody wears jeans, but like I say, I know a lot of city folk, and I've been in the city, they don't wear jeans. And you're going to need a pair of jeans and a belt. A good healthy belt. Okay, you're going to need some light boots and hiking boots, but lightweight. And the reason is we're older. We don't want to get tired. So the more weight, the more stuff we have with us is going to tire us out. And the ankle support. That's why it has to be up enough where it gives you some ankle support, because the older person's not going to do you any good once they sprain their ankle. And once they start getting tired, they're going to start having accidents and sprain their ankle. Another reason for the cane or walking stick. So this will help the older person not to tire out so much. Let's see, hooded sweatshirt, probably the best to be with a zipper in the front, and but a cotton hooded sweatshirt, talking about cotton, you notice what I've talked about is all cotton, and the reason is they're more fire resistant. In case you got to run through some fires or jump over some fires or whatever, so you don't want to be having any polyester or plastic stuff on you when that kind of stuff happens. So, and also in the way of layering, to layer your clothing, cotton is a good layer to have on you. So there's a lot of good uses for the cotton, and these are things like I say a lot of city folk don't really have. This is what made me start thinking about this. My wife doesn't have any of this stuff. So I'm thinking, well, how am I going to get her out of this place? So this is what made me start thinking about this. She's only 58, but like I say, she doesn't have, she's not set up for emergencies. So need gloves. And I'm not talking about some gardening gloves, we're right back to the, getting some plastic kind of gloves. No, they're going to melt. You need some kind of glove that's going to fit your hand, that you'll be able to use. Not so much for warmth, but for protection for your hands. And then a hat. The hat goes along with the hoodie. Keeps the sun and the wind from getting to you and all this kind of stuff. So you need a hat. Let's see, gone over, and all this stuff. The clothing and stuff needs to be all folded up right there with your backpack already packed. And the reason I say that is, like I say, some people don't dress like that, and they don't understand how that will be important once you get out and you're taking the car going somewhere, something happens, you got to get out of the car. Nighttime comes, going to get a little cool. There's things that a lot of these city people and older people aren't prepared for. And this is why, that's what I'm saying. It's just, if it's your mother and father, you get all this stuff ready for them. But they're not going to wear this stuff. That's not part of their lifestyle. But during an emergency, it will become part of their lifestyle. Okay. Now we're going to, I think we're running out of time, so we're going to have to make a part 2. And I'm going to talk about what goes inside what's inside of your bag. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.